Hey, torture talk, torture talk, torture talk, torture talk. Talking about this new. What am I talking about? All right, torture talk. I'm gonna do a review on this Dua Lipa album called Future Nostalgia. You can see it. Album just came out not too long ago. Alright, so Dua Lipa is Canadian artist. I mean, not Canadian, I'm sorry. English artist. She's from England. English artist who's been doing this for about a couple of years now. She has a couple of albums. I think she has one or other album. Really wasn't into it. I think this one was a little different. Alright, so the Future Nostalgia album. It's one of those albums that I think that would grow on me eventually if I keep listening to it. Right now, and I listened to it about 3 times, and from my point of view, it's a 80s synth heavy album. I just think that it's a little bit overdone. I think some of the songs doesn't sound authentic. They just sound like she's just trying to sound like that, if that makes sense. I mean, some artists can naturally do it, but I just think that she is trying to do it. Like, she ain't letting her talent speak for itself. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna write a song. I'm gonna write 10 songs about this, and I'm gonna try to sound like this. Instead of her saying, I'm gonna write 10 songs like this, and I'm gonna sound like myself, but it's gonna be inspired a little bit by that. And I think that that's where she went wrong with this album. I mean, but overall, it's a solid album. I think that it's going to be catchy. It's going to be one of those albums that's going to stick around for a little while. I guess that's why she called it Future Nostalgia. It's going to be one of those albums that I think they're going to play in the clubs, or they're going to play play at parties, because it's a lot of songs on there that kind of make you want to dance, gives you that dance vibe, stuff like that. The singing, I think, is pretty good. Instrumentation on this is pretty good. It's 80s heavy, but I think they did a real good mixing on this. I think the mixing is done very well on this. As far as her performance on this, she does her thing, but most of the songs sound the same, and I could see what direction she was going in. It wasn't like she was trying to be this superstar singer on this album. I think that she wanted to do an album that was catered towards that. So I like that about it. Certain songs, I think, to me stood out. Wasn't nothing that was like, okay, yeah, this is how would I say, this is something that I would probably, yeah, I gotta go back to that. But again, album would probably grow on me. You know what I'm saying? I can see myself liking this album. I'm gonna give this album a light 8, pushing down to a strong 7. I think that the 11 songs is 37 minutes, so it's not that long. So even if you ain't into something like this and you review an album, just go check this out, because this album's going to be talked about this year. I think that she's one of those artists that a lot of people like. So I mean, tell you what you think about that album. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. You know, it is what it is. Torture Talk, back at it. I'll be back with a couple more reviews. I got a couple more reviews to do. So also too, you can check out my show on Spotify. It's called Shadow Code Radio. You can look it up. We talk about hip hop. We talk about relationship topics. We talk about a bunch of different stuff. So if you get a chance, just look it up. You mean, look up Shadow Code Radio on Spotify or Apple Music, and you'll hear our pre-recorded. If not, you can also always check my Facebook out, Shadow Code Maurice Frederick, Shadow Code Frederick on Facebook. And you can also see or hear the Blog Talk live shows that we do every Tuesday and Thursdays. So it is what it is. But tell me what you think about this album. You know what I mean? I think it's okay.